Welcome to this yoga for travel class to release any muscle and joint aches or stiffness. Beginning in mountain pose, if you'd like, shrugging the shoulders up and back, finding some grounding through the feet. Begin to inhale and exhale a little bit deeper. And opening up through the neck, looking up towards the right corner and then down towards the left corner. Up to the left corner of the room, down to the right corner. And continue making X's here as you look up to one side of the room, down to the opposite side. Doing this one more time. And if you'd like, beginning to take some head and neck circles, moving in one direction, and then the other direction. As you're ready, stacking head and neck back here, grounding through the feet. On an inhale, arms reaching overhead. Exhale as you step left foot behind you over outside the side of the mat. Reaching arms up overhead, taking a side bend here. Breathing into that left side body. Coming back to center, releasing hands. Inhale, arms up. And stepping right foot back behind you. Breathing into the side body. As you're ready, transitioning back to mountain pose. On an exhale, lifting right knee, hugging it in towards the body, shoulders down the back. And maybe taking some ankle rolls in either direction here. Lifting up through that left leg. And releasing, coming to the opposite side. On an exhale, hugging left knee into the chest, shoulders down the back. And maybe rolling that ankle in either direction, finding length through the spine. So you're ready, releasing that foot back down, coming back to mountain pose. Inhale, arms up as you sink the hips down into chair pose, creating some heat here. Grounding through the feet and then coming into eagle, crossing right leg over the left, right arm under the left, maybe palms facing towards each other. Hugging elbows and legs into the midline of the body, so squeezing everything together. And releasing here, back to mountain. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhaling, right knee back towards the body, interlacing fingers behind the thigh, and then extending through the leg here, finding length through the hamstring. Either staying there, or if you'd like, holding on opposite side of the foot, and then pressing through the heel as you find length through the back of the leg, the back of the spine. Breathing into any opening that you find here through the hamstring. And then transitioning into a quad stretch. So bringing that right knee towards the left knee, right foot behind you, either staying there or coming forward into dancer's pose. Pressing foot into hand, hand into foot, lifting the chest, and releasing. Coming back to mountain pose. If you'd like, shaking it out. Taking a few deep breaths here, grounding through the feet. And then inhale, arms up, sinking hips down into chair pose once again. This time grounding through your right foot, crossing left leg over the right, left arm under right, coming into eagle pose. Once again, engaging the body here. Imagine hugging everything into the midline. If you can, bringing elbows up in line with the shoulders, drawing shoulders down the back. Finding space here. You're ready, releasing out of the pose. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, left knee towards the body. Once again, interlacing fingers behind the thigh, pressing through the heel. Or if you'd like, hands coming to the underside of the foot, pressing through the heel as you find length through the body. Breathing into any tightness that you find here in the hamstring. Finding stability. And then transitioning here, left foot coming behind you, hugging knees towards each other. Maybe staying there, actively tucking the tailbone. Or coming into dancer's pose, pressing foot into hand, hand into foot as you open the chest forward. Taking one more breath here. And as you release, inhale, arms overhead, maybe taking a mini back bend, opening through the front body. And exhale, bringing hands down, holding onto either side of the hips, stepping the feet wide, and taking some hip circles here, moving in one direction, loosening and opening everything up here, and then maybe moving in the opposite direction. As you're ready, coming to face lengthways on your mat, bringing the feet apart, toes slightly in, heels out. And as you exhale, coming down over to the right leg, if you can, forehead towards that knee, bending into the opposite leg, and then slowly sweeping the body across here, extending both legs as you inhale, arms all the way up overhead, creating a star. And this time exhale with straight legs over towards that left leg, forehead towards the knee. Bending that right knee as you're ready. And then sweeping the body across. Inhale with straight legs, arms overhead, creating a star with the body. Inhaling here, taking up as much space as you can. And then exhale, hands towards the inner thighs, fingers pointing down, coming into a goddess squat here. And then exhale, pressing one shoulder forward, looking over the opposite shoulder. Inhale back to center, exhale the opposite way, opening through that mid back between the shoulders. Inhale back to center, and then bringing those toes in, heels out once again. Interlacing fingers behind the body, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Releasing head and neck down, letting those arms come as far back behind you as you can. Taking one more breath here. On an exhale, releasing those hands down to the mat. And then walking hands towards the top of your mat. Coming into a lunge, heel toe that right foot slightly out, left hand to the mat, reaching right arm back, and then coming onto the sides of both feet as you sink the hips down as low as you can. Breathing into any tightness that you find here, keeping that supporting arm straight, and then windmilling the arm back, walking hands towards the back of your mat, coming into a lunge on the opposite side, right hand down, left arm reaching back to the back of your mat, coming onto the sides of the feet as you sink the hips down. Keeping that supporting arm long and strong. And then windmilling that back hand towards the top of the mat. Walking the hands all the way to the top of the mat, coming into a downward facing dog. If you'd like, bending the knees or pedaling out the feet here. Finding some length through the back of the body, breathing deeply. As you're ready, coming down into a child's pose, knees apart, toes together, arms reaching forwards, forehead to the mat. Breathing into the back body. And on an inhale, walking hands in towards the body. As you're ready, transitioning here onto your back, taking your time, slowly rolling that spine down, core engaged as you go one vertebrae at a time, head and neck coming down last. And coming into a figure four, crossing right ankle over the left thigh, flexing both feet as you lift the left leg. Interlacing fingers behind the left thigh or over the shin. Actively creating space, opening the space between the shoulder blades towards the mat. Chest opening. Pressing right knee away from the body, opening the hip. Breathing into any tightness that you find here. And with each exhale, allowing softness to enter the body. Releasing here. And make your way onto the opposite side. Once again, flexing both feet as you lift the right leg up. And then hugging hands through the legs, either behind that right thigh or over the shin. Imagine the back of the heart melting into the mat, creating space here. And then pressing left knee away from the body, opening the hip. Taking full belly breaths. As you're ready, releasing the legs, arms reaching out into a T at shoulder height, and then taking a twist over to the left, maybe crossing right leg over the left to deepen the twist. Looking over the right shoulder. Allowing the breath to come and go. Taking more of a passive pose here. As you're ready, transitioning to the opposite side, if you'd like, lifting the hips slightly over to the left as you let them rest towards the right, looking over left shoulder. Maybe crossing that top leg over the bottom to deepen the twist. Allowing the breath to come and go, releasing into the pose. Making your way back out of the twist, taking your time here. Drawing knees slightly towards the body, hands to the knees, and then allowing the tailbone and the pelvis to relax towards the mat. As you do that, maybe noticing the mid back coming slightly off the mat, releasing the low back here. Finding any space, maybe creating small circles in either direction. Coming into happy baby, drawing knees to either side of the body, holding on to the ankles if you'd like, hugging that low back to the mat, or maybe reaching hands towards the feet. Finding whichever position with the hands is most comfortable, maybe extending one leg and then the other, opening through the hamstrings. Moving in whatever way you'd like here. Taking one more full belly breath. And on an exhale, releasing, coming out of the pose, making any final adjustments you need to. And then make your way into Shavasana Pose, spreading the legs wider than the mat, taking up space here. Letting the legs relax, arms relax, closing the eyes, taking a deep breath in through the nose, and completely exhaling, softening deeper, releasing the body into the mat beneath you. And this is where I'll leave you for today, spending as long as you'd like here in Shavasana, taking your time to soak in this feeling. Namaste.